Chris Brown along with Chris Trapasso, and pleased to be joined now by comedian and impressionist Joey Mulinaro, who you see online just about everywhere. And you're going to see him in Buffalo, April 17th. He's got a show at Helium Comedy Club, so get online at Helium's website, get yourself some tickets to check this guy out. So, Joey, thanks for giving us some time. Appreciate it.
2 years in a row, fellas. Great to be back.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. And, I know we put you through the paces, but this is fun. And we get great feedback from our listeners and viewers online when they tweet back at us because they love some of the – I mean, I'm glad. The thing that's crazy for me is how you're able to just transition from one to the next. How hard do you have to kind of work on that to get the nuances of each guy? Like, how long are you working on somebody before you feel like you have it down?
Yeah, it all depends, man. Like, sometimes there's some ones that, like, like a Kuiper or a Luck that, like, I can hear the voice and see them talking, and then for whatever reason it just kind of clicks in my brain, and then I can just imitate that.
They're easy.
Right, like, but then there's other ones that they're work in progress, that like Mahomes took a little bit of time finding that and having to kind of record myself, play it back. I'm like, is that? Maybe it needs to be a little bit higher, a little bit more nasal, a little bit more gravel, that kind of thing. So, yeah, it could be a process.
All right. Well, we are here at the draft, and maybe the most recognizable guy at the draft is the Mr. Widow Peak himself, Mel Kiper Jr. So if you had to break down these quarterback prospects at the top of the draft, Mel, how would you kind of label Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May?
Yeah, certainly. I think when you look at Caleb Williams, generational type of prospect, coming up, a few red flags, though. His dad, he wants him to go not to Chicago. He paints his nails. That could be a red flag for some people. Not for me, but for some people, it certainly can be. Drake May, I do like him. He's been working with Phillip Rivers a lot. I've heard that he's started to develop a little bit of a southern drawl that could be good. Hopefully he doesn't drop that elbow like Phillip Rivers. And then when you look at Jaden Daniels, I think he's fantastic. I think you look at him, you want to sit down with him, eat a couple of pumpkin pies, and enjoy watching Jaden Daniels on tape. I know I certainly have. But a few red flags for Caleb Williams overall.
Yeah.
Staying with quarterbacks, we know you love Patrick Mahomes, Cris Collinsworth, and you've also done a lot of Buffalo Bills games in primetime. Talk maybe for once about the positives with Josh Allen.
Boy, I tell you, Josh Allen's a heck of a player, but he just reminds me of Patrick Mahomes when I watch him. I flip on the tape and I say, Josh Allen makes those throws, but Patrick Mahomes can make them in his sleep. There's no doubt about it. So I certainly love watching both of them. But that 15 in the red jersey is something else.
Yeah. He can't stop talking about that guy. Anytime he's not even doing a Chiefs game, and he's talking about that guy. It drives Bills fans nuts because they're just like, oh, my God, enough with Patrick Mahomes. Coach Saban, you decided to step away from football. People were stunned when out of nowhere you just hung it up at Alabama. What the heck are you going to do now without coaching football 24/7 and standing on the sidelines trying to look important?
Well, I guess one thing I'll do is come and mix it up with folks like yourself, but I just got tired of having to pay kids to play football. All right? That's not how I run my program. I want you to come, and I want you to do everything that I say exactly how I say it, like being in line at the VMV, all right? You go, and you get out there, and you don't have your number in time. They get mad at you just like I'm going to get mad at you, but now the NIL comes in here, and now they're running the asylum, and that's my program that I'm running, all right? So I'm going to go golf. I'm going to go eat some oatmeal cream pies, all right? But other than that, I'm going to come here and talk with you guys and make a fool out of myself every now and then, all right?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Coach Harbaugh, you win the national title, you leave Michigan, you go to the Los Angeles Chargers, you have Justin Herbert. There's also a record amount of Michigan players here. Are you going to be someone that in that draft room is banging the table to make all your picks Michigan Wolverines?
Yeah. Big fan. Love what this town does with the combine. We got a lot of good players. I'm excited about them. And what are we doing here? That's good. Talk to J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, go talk to him.
That's a guy that's it's all about the pregnant pauses with him, isn't it?
It's always he doesn't know what he's doing or where he is, or he constantly looks like somebody brought him and dropped him somewhere and gave him no background to what the situation was.
No frame of reference.
No frame. He doesn't know where he is, what he's doing. Just constant. My buddy Dave Damashek had a great quote about him. He said he always looks like he's thinking about if he left the oven on when he left it.
That's
at the
perfect.
house.
That is a
perfect.
very
Dave's
good description.
His mind is constantly elsewhere.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, I got to answer this
sad.
question somehow. Yeah, that's how. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like.
But I love Jim. I'm
No, he's
super
great.
pumped that he's back in the NFL.
Yeah, it's better
Well, it
with
helps
him
you.
in the NFL.
It helps me. I think it's great. And I hope to see him out and about somewhere. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, we know your biggest fan is Cris Collinsworth. Not that you need any more fans. Now that you won your third Super Bowl in 5 years, Patrick Mahomes. And we've heard the likenesses to Kermit the Frog. He's tired of hearing them, as we know. But Patrick, does it bother you that Kermit the Frog constantly comes up in describing your voice?
I mean, a little bit because, like, Kermit is kind of more, like, down. Like, he's more like Al Michaels. Like, he's kind of more like Kermit the Frog. And then I'm kind of more up here. So, I mean, you look at what I do on the field and everything that I've done. I mean, won 3 Super Bowls, obviously beating Josh Allen a few times, right? Hang out with Taylor Swift a whole bunch now. Like, I have so many other things that people can talk about. And all they ever want to ask me about is my voice and how I talk. I mean, I can't help it. It's just like I can't help how I love ketchup. I can't help that I make amazing throws off my back foot for 50 yards on a dime. Like, it's just what I do, okay? So maybe you can ask me about something else. You want to keep talking to me.
All right, this draft class at the top, loaded with quarterbacks. We just heard Caleb Williams earlier today. Andrew Luck, as someone that many moons ago was the number 1 overall pick in the draft, what advice would you give to Caleb Williams or any of these top quarterbacks?
First thing I'd say is get behind an offensive line. Hopefully get into an organization that will invest into some offensive line play. But if you go to Chicago, great architecture, big fan of that city and the history behind it. So I'd say be able to find a new hobby outside of football and maybe don't have too many kids so you don't have to focus on changing poopy diapers.
How you're an indie guy, right? So
Yep.
what was this city like when he just said, "I'm done"?
Okay, so I am an indie guy. I was out of town on my bachelor party.
Oh my God!
It's one of those, like, you will always remember where you were when that happened, right?
I'm a huge Cubs fan. We go up to Wrigley. We had a huge thing. 3-story Airbnb, a block away from Wrigley Field. Bachelor party. We're going nuts. We're on the rooftop across the street from Wrigley watching the game that day. And then we come home. We're getting everything ready for the night, showering up, drinking, having a good time, music playing. We got the Colts-Bears on in the preseason because it's like, yeah, it's football. It's great. My buddies are Colts fans. They want to check it out. We're out in the back patio having a great time. Then all of a sudden we just hear, "No, my God!" My buddy, little buddy, he comes. He's like 5'4", right? And he runs out into the back patio. And we're like, "What, dude? What's going on? Who died? Like, what happened?"
Yeah.
Because he's really distraught.
Mm-hmm.
Shows us his phone, the tweet from Schefter about Andrew Luck deciding to hang it up, call it a career. And from that point on, it was just a complete meltdown by everybody in the building.
Yeah,
One of my buddies, like Gronk, spiked his phone into the ground and just destroyed it. It really ruined my bachelor party. So I will never forget that. I was never going to forget that night in general because Andrew Luck retired. But then the fact that
But it wasn't like,
really soured my
it wasn't
my
bachelor party vibes after that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was like a funeral. We were like, literally, you guys
What do
were
we do
pouring
now?
one out. We were, listening to, like a whole bunch of Creed and like things like that, and just continuing to drink their
Yeah,
sorrows
time to drink
away.
more.
And then I'm the, I'm the Steelers fan, so I'm like, I mean that sucks, but like this is my bachelor party. Let's go.
Yeah.
One less quarterback in the AFC,
Yeah,
So, but yeah, that was it. It
Well,
was a rough day.
Yeah, being a former NFL quarterback yourself, Mr. Romo, what would you say about? And we didn't see a lot of him because he got hurt this year in his rookie year for the Colts. But Anthony Richardson, should Colts fans be excited about this guy?
Ooh, I think they're really going to like him, Jim. Oh, you see, because I watch how he does, what he does. He gets it, and he decides that he's going to run, but he can throw. No, God, they're going to love him here, Jim.
All right, I'm a draft analyst. We just heard the quarterback speaking at the podium today.
Yeah.
And I know that this time of the year, Colin Cowherd, you like to kind of step into the NFL draft analyst role or industry.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that you took from Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and all the quarterbacks talking today about how their personality will kind of translate to the next level?
Man, you know what? I gotta disappoint you. I just don't have a Cowherd right now.
Oh, really?
I'm really sorry.
That's like your original. That's like your original. Some impersonation.
I know, but
so
the thing about Cowherd is that so much of it goes into the analogy.
Oh yeah.
The thought process of like what he's going to say and
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
he's going.
He
to
builds
say
an
it.
argument.
He builds an argument.
Ties it into everyday life.
So if I had to say, I would say something like, he would. It would be like
Backwards hat kind of guy.
maybe, or it'd be, Caleb Williams is the guy. He's the girlfriend that you want to have fun with, but he's not the girl you settle down with, or something like that. You know,
He
what
might
I
actually
mean?
say that on his
Right,
show.
like he's the California cool.
USC, right? Glitz, glamour. He doesn't want to go to Chicago.
Something like that,
You go to Chicago with your wife. You don't go to Chicago with your girlfriend.
like something like
Yes,
that. That's
okay,
what he
perfect,
would do, or
perfect. That
something
was
like
good.
that. You guys have heard the stuff that he talks about with Josh Allen, obviously, and everything, and that's what's so much of it is. So much of it goes into him, like I said, like the how he's going to start at point A, weave you through this wild journey of marriage and finance and tech that ends somehow with him making
Football.
the argument that Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
is better than Joe Burrow. Like,
Yeah.
it's
It's kind
really
of
wild.
loses you a little bit.
Yeah, for a
he
while
does.
you're wondering where
Uh-huh.
he's going, and then
Right.
he just ties it up in a bow.
I
at
think
the
that's
end.
maybe why his ratings are so good, because people, they're always just like,
Yeah. Time spent listening, because you have
Yeah.
to wait till the
I
end.
have to wait till the end because I need this payoff. Where the hell are you taking me? Oh, okay.
Anyway.
I still disagree with you.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Maybe tell our Buffalo listeners and viewers what they can expect from the Joey Mulinaro performance coming up on April 17th at Helium Comedy Club.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just out on tour, doing stand-up. Was doing it last year. Had a bunch of runs of good shows. And Buffalo's my first one coming up here post baby
You're
number
kicking
2.
off the tour and
Kicking off in
Wow.
Buffalo. Yep, kicking off in Buffalo. Never been to Buffalo. Super excited. I've heard nothing but great things. I consider myself a football kind of guy, and I know Buffalo is a football kind of town. And I'm super pumped to be there. Yeah, it'll be a little bit of impressions. I have way more of an act than just that. So, that's what you'll get. Come and we'll run through some impressions. We'll have some fun. You'll hear about me making fun of my Catholic upbringing and, that kind of thing. And it'll be a great time. So April 17th, Helium Comedy Club. Get tickets, officialjoeymulinaro.com or at Helium in Buffalo.
yeah, they've got the website rolling, and they're pretty good on making it user-friendly for getting tickets. So Joey Mulinaro, April 17th at Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo. Joey, thanks for giving us some
Hey,
time. We
you too,
appreciate
man.
it
I
as
love it.
always.
Thank you so
All right?
much, man.
We'll
Chris,
keep an eye out for you
awesome.
in April when it should be spring in Buffalo, but
That's right.
no guarantees.
That's fine.
No guarantees. We
That's
have
cool.
fake spring 1, fake spring
Uh-huh.
2. We'll see where we are come April 17th. We'll do our best to make it good for you.
You got it.
Joey Mulinaro joining us here.